Never let anybody see you sweat. So I was born in New York City, and I lived there until I was 8 years old. I realized that I was a much better talker than I was a listener. I don't know what to say, I just don't like what you're saying.
Sorry, Your Honor.
I ended up going to law school at Georgetown, and I was a prosecutor for Janet Reno. I loved it because it was so raw. Were you cheating on her?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
All rise.
Our show will be a mixture of education, I think you're misreading the law a little bit, and entertainment. My main goal is justice and the law. That's been my legacy, and the legacy I hope to continue into the future with the show.
Pierre Blanchett claims he made expensive upgrades to his kitchen for the launch of his cooking show, but the producer pulled the plug instead. Nadia Guerin says the deal came off the table when a food critic left a horrible review.
Okay, Mr. Blanchett, you are suing Ms. Guerin for $9,700 that you say you are out as a result of her breaching the agreement. Talk to me. Tell me what we're talking about here.
So we had agreed for her to film a pilot for me for a cooking show that I was supposed to host. I was supposed to be at my house and stuff like that, so I made some renovations in preparation for this shoot. Completely remodeled my kitchen. I took my island out.
Was that something you decided to do on your own or something she asked you to do?
I decided to do it, and she encouraged me in doing it.
Okay.
So
were you ever supposed to be recompensed for that? And did you guys have a contract, a written contract?
Yes.
Can I see that?
Yes.
So what is it you do? What's your profession?
I am a French cook in Branson. I originally kind of started out a little while ago, but
Do you have a restaurant?
Yes, I have a restaurant in Branson. We serve, it's a white table fine dining restaurant. We serve traditional French food for kind of all the people in Branson. We like to think that we are the best fresh restaurant in all of Branson.
And had you been to his restaurant? How is it you learned about him?
I actually learned about Pierre through social media. I had been introduced via a friend. I like to follow some, the up-and-coming restaurants, and I like to keep an eye on the pulse there. And he had, he'd gotten a little bit of a following, and I'd heard good things about the restaurant. So
did you ever go to the restaurant?
Yes, I went in early August.
How was it?
It was good.
I can't help but notice that there's a tray there. I'm seeing it out of the corner of my eye. Do we have a tasting for me?
Yes, I have brought you some of the finest food from Blanchet.
Okay. What is in there? Take that lid off, will you? Somebody show me what's okay.
So we have for you some beef bourguignon.
Yeah, you want to bring it up?
Yeah, gotcha.
All right, go ahead. What do we got here?
Very, very excited. So we got some beef bourguignon, which is beef with red wine, and then we have our pomme de terre of notion champion, which is our potatoes with green beans and mushrooms. And then moving on to a little bit of dessert, we have our mousse chocolat.
I'll be with you in a minute.
But
it's really good.
I really hope you enjoy all of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back to you guys. All right, that's actually really good. You eat at his restaurant, you like his vibe, you like his social media following, and you come up with the idea, this is your idea, right, not his, to do a cooking show. How is it that you reach out to him and talk to him about it?
Yes, Your Honor. So I have an extensive background in creating lifestyle TV shows. So in Branson, I've actually featured a bunch of local creators and personalities, and I've found that I can put people on the map and showcase what we have here in Missouri. So I'm always looking for people to feature that are from my town and that I can, lift and show up to the...
Have you ever produced a show?
Yes, I've produced 2 shows.
Okay. All right. So now let me ask you this. You end up entering into a contract with him.
Yes, I drafted the contract.
You drafted the contract?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And in the contract it says the employee will host the cooking show Savoring Secrets. And I'm going to let you say it in French because I don't speak French.
Saveur des secrets.
Okay. This contract is about filming the pilot, right?
Yes, that's correct.
The agency will pay, you're the agency,
yes,
right?
Guaranteed.
The agency will pay the employee $5,000 upon completion of the pilot.
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay.
And
The employee will rehearse on September 16th for 6 hours and shoot October 8th for 12 hours. The pilot will be shot in the employee's kitchen. The agency will cover the cost of film crew, makeup, hair, stylist, food stylist, craft services, cost of all the ingredients and props. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward.
Yes.
All right, so what happens?
Well, essentially, everything's going great. And then 2 weeks before the shoot, we had already done the rehearsal.
Tell me about the rehearsal. How did the rehearsal go?
So the rehearsal went fantastic. She really liked kind of my on-screen presence. She liked how I moved around the kitchen. She really also liked the upgrades on the kitchen. I remember saying that she said that my work, my hard work was going to pay off, and that she was really excited to kind of shop this around.
Coming up on Justice for the People.
Pierre Blanchett doesn't have the precision and finesse of a top-notch French chef. His incompetence has caused me to question the reputations of the food. It's not enough that he insults him. He has to insult the food critics who have given you rave reviews. You liked it when you went, right?
And later,
About 15 minutes into me letting him off of the leash, we're playing fetch. A dog comes over to Finn and starts getting pretty aggressive and bites Finn on his leg.
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Emmy-nominated Justice for the People with Judge Milian. We're back with the case of Pierre Blanchett, who is suing Nadia Guerin over a cooking show catastrophe.
Is he being arrogant, or is he accurate that he was great in the practice, in the rehearsal?
Your Honor, he did do well in the rehearsal,
Okay.
but I want to correct earlier, I did not encourage him to get these renovations. I said, I actually have my text record here that I
Okay,
can enter
show
in.
me the text.
Thank you.
This is from August 26th. This is 8 days after we entered into our contract.
I've started buying new kitchenware, and I'm going to upgrade my kitchen by adding a larger island. 7 weeks to go. Wow, Pierre, I'm excited to work with you, and thanks for all the extra effort. You are on fire, and I'm sure the pilot will be a huge hit. I'm going to shop it around to my contacts. I'm hoping we'll get at least 13 episodes for the first season. To which he responds, I want to do whatever I can to help the pilot get picked up. So what goes wrong? Because obviously something went wrong, because things go wrong or I don't see you people. Okay, let me hear from you.
Well, essentially, what went wrong was that Sebastian Dubois decided to leave an awful review of our restaurant. Essentially,
He's a food critic?
he likes to call himself a food critic, yes.
He is the food critic, Your Honor.
The food critic where?
He's really well known
In your
online.
town?
No, nationally.
He's just
Okay.
he's a glorified foodie. He's
Okay,
not
don't talk to each other. The time for that is past. But you feel he's a glorified food. What did he really trash your place?
So I was in the back. I had a little bit of cold at the time, so I didn't want to come out and actually greet him. So I sent my.
Did you tell him that?
No, but I sent my best server out there to assist them, and he just had a smug look on his face the whole time. He didn't seem like he enjoyed anything. He was impatient, and he didn't even say thank you when I went out to walk him out to his car and stuff like that. It was just.
He really didn't like
He didn't
the
like
restaurant.
anything.
I mean,
No,
he
it
really
was-
gave you a terrible review.
No, he tore me apart. I think.
Do you have it?
Let's see.
She has it at the ready.
She has
All
it.
right.
Right.
So let me ask you, Ms. Guerin, how do you find out about the review?
I find out about the review. It's posted on September 21st, and it goes viral immediately because this is a mega influencer. This is the person who puts restaurants on the map to get Michelin stars, or after whom restaurants can close their doors. So as soon as Sebastian Dubois
That's just
posted,
too much power for one person, and that's a judge speaking. Blanchett was too busy to greet me when I entered. Did you send somebody to say that you had a cold and you didn't want? Well, you didn't have too much of a cold because you walked him out. So
Yes, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to say sorry. I can't come to the door. I'm a little sick right now. I'm making his food. I was mad at my mask and everything, but no, I sent my best server out there.
An unsophisticated waiter who lacked genuine passion, had trouble remembering my order, asked me several times to repeat myself. I was expecting exquisite cuisine, but every dish lacked creativity and innovation. Blah, blah, blah was bland, the wine pairing was atrocious, and it gets worse from there. Pierre Blanchett doesn't have the precision and finesse of a top-notch French chef. His incompetence has caused me to question the reputations of the food. It's not enough that he insults him. He has to insult the food critics who have given you rave reviews. You liked it when you went, right?
yes, but I mainly was attracted to the idea of the personality and the brand.
Right, because that's what you
Pierre.
need. You need a firecracker in order to do a show,
Right.
It's not enough to have good food to be a showman. All right, so
Yes.
what happened when this review came out?
So though I was excited about launching this project, this review came out, went viral, hashtag Blanchet, hashtag his restaurant, him as a person. I had to lose faith in the project because I can't put forward a show that I don't believe in. I can't stand behind a personality that I don't trust to deliver.
Well, why, can I ask you a question? You believed in him yesterday, and then
Yes.
on the day this comes out, you don't believe in him. What, you know, that's it? This is the final say on a TV show?
Unfortunately, you know, we're in a really fast-moving era where social media, where cancel culture, this comes down to real decisions I have to make for my company.
Right.
And
So you have, according to this contract, you have absolutely no obligation to pitch it, right? Like, it doesn't obligate you to successfully launch a show. I get that. But don't you think that the contract obligates you to pay him $5,000?
Your Honor, I think it obligates me upon completion of the project.
Yeah, but
and
who
this was not
stopped the
completed.
completion of the project? You pulled the plug. How do you not still owe him that $5,000?
Because, Your Honor, I don't have a termination clause in this project.
I don't care. When you don't have a termination clause, you know what it means? I figure out what the damages are. That's all that means. So, no, it doesn't have to be guaranteed in the contract. I have to decide, did you breach? And sometimes, don't get me wrong, sometimes breaching is in your best financial interest, all right? But then you pay the consequences. You know, your contract, which, by the way, you drafted. And what you say is, this is what we're going to do. We're going to rehearse on September 16th. We're going to shoot on October 8th. You're going to get $5,000. It's going to be done in your kitchen. I'm going to pay for everything. And then you decide, not going to do it after this. That's fine. You still got to pay the guy his $5,000. She does not have to pay for the renovations to your kitchen just because she said, oh, that's a great idea. That'll help things out. No, you decided to do that, and you got to pay that one. But he is going to get the $5,000. Verdict for the plaintiff.
All rise.
Judge Milian has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant owes $5,000.
Well, I spent $10,000 on this project as well, and I think I made a mistake believing in you. It seems you're too green for TV.
Well, I don't think you should believe everything you read online. I have the best food in all of Branson, especially French, and Judge agrees.
Coming up.
Well, I've told her in the past when I saw him itching.
I'm
to
sorry,
go
then
take
I
his
guess
pain
it's not up to
medication.
you. That's the problem. See, if you want to do it, fine.
You're watching Emmy-nominated Justice for the People with Judge Milian. Hannah Kent claims she had to rush her friend's dog to the vet while she was pet sitting and wants to be reimbursed for the bill. Sarah Jones says Miss Kent spent too much at the vet and should have checked with her first.
Okay, Ms. Kent, you are suing your former roommate, Ms. Jones, for $625 that you say she owes you in vet costs that you laid out when you were dog sitting. Tell me what happened here.
Going back from the beginning, me and Sarah met online. I was new to the area. I didn't have a roommate. I was looking for somewhere to live. We got along very well and we clicked, and I decided to make the move and start living with Sarah. And about a year and a half into us living together, we decided to get a dog. Once we searched high and low for Finn. He's such a cutie. I have a picture.
I know, I saw
You
the
wanna
picture.
see?
I'd like to see it. Finn looks like a great dog. You guys end up staying in the same place for how long?
A year and a half after we
then
got
what?
Finn as
And then
well.
what?
Sarah decided that she wanted to take an extra leap and move in with her boyfriend.
Okay.
So Sarah offered to take Finn with her and her boyfriend.
Right.
With being able to still be able to see him.
So then now in this particular time when this happens, you're dog sitting, correct?
Yes.
Are you also house sitting?
Yes.
And they're off, where was it you were?
We were camping out near Lake Tahoe.
Okay, so you're not reachable.
No.
Right,
no.
and then what happens?
I take Finn to the dog park. About 15 minutes into me letting him off of the leash, we're playing fetch. A dog comes over to Finn and starts getting pretty aggressive and bites Finn on his leg.
Right.
While I was putting him in the car, I noticed that the dog had broken skin with the bite.
Okay.
So I made the decision to take him to the vet immediately.
Okay.
Coming up.
I honestly think that the doctor swindled her with the pills because they were $25 a piece. And he
Had the
sold
doctor
her-
ever asked you if you want the pills?
No.
You're watching Emmy-nominated Justice for the People with Judge Milian. We're back with the case of Hannah Kent, who is suing Sarah Jones over an inflated vet bill.
And what did the vet do with that? Just clean it?
The vet did a wound analysis and a dressing. I have the vet bill here
Let me
as
see.
well.
Thank you.
A big portion of this bill is this anti-flea allergy pill. What's that about?
He kept itching behind his ear. So I mentioned it to the vet, and she told me that he was having an allergic reaction to a flea bite, and that the medication was recommended for 10 weeks, and this is what was recommended, which is why it was purchased.
Okay, let me hear from you.
Honestly, the dog didn't need stitches. In
No,
fact,
right.
they just cleaned it up, wrapped it up, something she could have done at home. And I was gonna be back a day and a half later. So if it was really bleeding, if he was really in trouble, I understand going to the vet right away. I think she jumped the gun. And I honestly think that the doctor swindled her with the pills because they were $25 a piece. And he
Had the
sold
doctor
her-
ever asked you if you want the pills?
No.
I don't think it's that far out of the realm that if your dog gets bit by another dog that you want to make sure the dog's okay. And that's not really the majority of the bill here. So why isn't she the one who gets to decide whether to spend $450 on the flea?
Because she wasn't there. And
No,
I couldn't
know.
contact
That's not
her.
an emergency. The bite is an emergency. That part is precious little. It's $175 of this bill. The bill is $675 because another $400. Is my math off? You know, another $450 is about the allergy, which is something that could wait a day and a half. I know you can't reach her then, she's camping, but it could wait a day and a half, and you could tell her, listen, the doctor recommended a skin test and to see if there's a pill that should help that because he thinks it might be an allergic reaction. Why do you go ahead and incur that $450 without the consent of the owner when that part's not an emergency?
Well, because I brought it up to the vet, and that's what she recommended.
And that's fine.
Judge Milian's verdict when justice for the people returns.
You know, we might be able to solve this with a $30 collar, you know, or a $10 collar. I don't even know what those cost anymore. You know, there's a lot of different things one can do to address that. If it was concerning you, you should tell her, listen, you need to address that. I've been telling you and nothing's happening, nothing's changing. And I think that you should do what this doctor said and have a skin test. And then if you need pills, you should pay $25 a pill.
Well, I've told her in the past
I
when
would
I
be
saw him
happy
itching.
I'm
to go
sorry,
take
then I
his
guess
flea
it's not up to
medication.
you. That's the problem. See, if you want to do it, fine. Be magnanimous. But you can't do it in her name and say it was an emergency. That part wasn't. So I am ruling in your favor. I'm ruling in your favor for the part that she doesn't even think she should pay, which is the part of washing the wound and giving him amoxicillin and everything else. And you're not right about that. You should have at a minimum offered to pay that. You didn't. I'm ordering you to pay that. Verdict for the plaintiff, $175. Anything else was your decision not to make.
Judge Milian has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant owes $175.
Any last remarks for each other?
Well, thank you for giving me some of my money back.
So glad you wasted both of our time.
Exit this way, please. Make sure you grab all of your belongings.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.